Now, before we start also, I just would like to introduce myself. You can see my identity there. My name is Rilus Kinseng, and I'll be show you where I am from. I'm in the department. Next slide. So I think that's as an initial introduction. Who am I? Okay. I'll share screen to start the lecture. So as you can see, this course is sociology with sociology 131. This is offered by Department of Science, Communication, and Community Development. So I'm from this department. So Sociology KPM 131. We start with the course description. This basically explains to you what is the course all about. More or less the content of the course. So this course only 2 credits. Actually, previously it was 3 credits, but since we have a new curriculum, so it changed to become only 2 credits. That's why there is no practicum in this course. This course with 2 credits aim to improve students' ability to understand the foundation of sociological theories and to use sociological concepts to analyze social facts and understand the result of sociological research. So basically, what you're gonna get from this class or this course, you will be given basic sociological theories. So it is hoped that you will be able to understand basic theories and then to use sociological concept to analyze social fact or social phenomenon or social phenomena. So by using this basic theory, it is hoped that later on you can apply it to analyze social phenomenon around us. Yeah. And understand the result of sociological research. So when you read an article, for example, in journal, who knows, sometime in the future, you need to read that for your job, for example, then you can understand the language, the, the jargon of this sociological research. Now, the topics that will be covered or discussed in this course basically consist of 12 big issues from understanding society from sociological perspective. That will be the first topic that will be discussed next week. And then social interaction, that's a become building, based on that, building cooperation and functioning social conflict. And then portrait of society seen through the lens of social structure, and then diversity and existence of Indonesian culture, then social institutional dynamics, and then group dynamics in a changing society, and bureaucracy and corruption prevention, then dynamics of stratification and social mobility in Indonesia in a digital age, and then power and authority, communication, building social relationship, so communication in order to build a social relationship, and then ecological crisis and ecological modernization, and gender equity and social inclusions, and finally social change in the context of globalization. So that's basically the topics that will be discussed in this course. The characteristic of the sociology course given to the student in to PPKU student, meaning a student in the first year. Basically, this course is, we call it standalone, meaning that this is not tied to a particular other course, but this is independence basically, and everyone in the PPKU, it is mandatory, yeah, obliged to get to take this course. So this is not a choice, but this is a requirement, yeah, for all the PPKU students. It is compulsory, okay? So mandatory for all students in IPB in the first year in IPB. And then underlying subject, a prerequisite for the advanced courses. Of course, for the student who choose the SKPM department, this sociology is a prerequisite to take courses in SKPM. Actually, also for the students from other department who wants to take some courses in the SKPM department. For example, if you want to take like communication and community empowerment or social change and so on that we offer in our department, then you need to take this also as a prerequisite. And society and changes, always updating. Okay, I think that's a part of the principle. Then social phenomena, we discuss, as I mentioned already, we discuss about theories, concept of social theories, and also try to discuss how to solve that social problems. By the way, is my voice clearly heard by you?
Yes, yes, sir.
Clear, sir.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Just tell me, let me know, yeah, if my voice is not clearly, because I cannot monitor it. So you have to tell. You can just raise hand or just give sounds, yeah, your voice, so I know whether there is some problem or not. Okay. So that's the characteristic of the course of sociology, and this is the competency standard that we expect actually after taking this course. It is expected that the students are able to develop the inquiring mind, you know, so curiosity, the attitude of inquiring, yeah. You want to know, you want to inquire, you want to research something to better understanding, to better knowledge about many social phenomena. So it is hoped that will be developed this kind of attitude and mind. And then second, develop the respect for and understanding for others, perspectives, values, and attitude. As you know, especially in Indonesia, but I think it is also applied for those of you from other countries, especially in Indonesia, we have multicultural, you know, many backgrounds, ethnic backgrounds, religions, education differences, even between rural and urbans. So it is hoped that we develop the respect for one another in terms of values, attitudes, beliefs, and so on. So it is hoped that based on this course, you will be open, you will respect, you will honor others' perspective, values, and so on. Not developing an exclusive attitude and then racial or racist attitude and things like that. Prejudice attitude, that will be avoided, especially when we live among multi-ethnics, multi-religion, and so on and so forth. I think that's applied for every one of us, whether you are Indonesian or not. And then the third, build awareness and understanding of cultures and customs in various different places and times. So including, I think, especially in Indonesia, as I mentioned already, we have so many ethnic backgrounds, cultural differences, customs differences, and so on. But I think also in your own country, yeah. Number four, to be able to train the interaction. So meaning we want to help you, to develop your capacity in the interaction and interdependence between individuals, society, and the environment, because each one of us actually cannot live alone. We need others. We are social beings, and also we are very much dependent on our environment. If we destroy the environment, that will ultimately will actually destroy ourselves. So we want each one of us understand this interaction and interdependence, whether among people or between individuals, society, as well as the environment as well. So this kind of attitude we want to develop, we want to train through this sociology course. And then number five, to train an anticipatory mindset, meaning that we want to develop the attitude to anticipate what will happen in the future. Now, based on our understanding, what is the trend or the existence of condition now, but we can also use that our knowledge and our facts to anticipate what gonna happen in the future. So this is a kind of anticipatory mindset of the consequences of a process of change due to human action, social reality, and problems in society at various levels of understanding, attitude, aspect, and so on. So later on, I'll explain you how important this kind of anticipatory mindset, because we are facing all of the time the society around us changing actually to some extent. And we can also see, we experience very significant changing nowadays due to the pandemic, COVID-19, for example. I'll discuss later on about that. And also finally, to train the proactive response that is full of interest to the social change in society 1.0 to society 5.0, and introduce the skill on the method of approach and solving social problems in society. So we are changing, as I mentioned before. Long time ago, it was called that the very simple society was called as a society 1.0, and then now with high tech, yeah, with all of the Internet of Things, yeah, and big data and so on. So we are now called by many as a society 5.0. Now this kind of disruption and also changing need to be understood properly, and we can anticipate, we can proactive respond to it. Otherwise, we will be maybe we become victim of the social changes around us. So that's basically the competence of the participants of this sociology course. Oh yeah, by the way, if you have any question, you can just raise hand or ask directly during my presentation. It doesn't matter. You don't need to wait until I finish the section, but you at any time, you are welcome to ask question or comments if you have something that concern. Okay. Now, this is actually, sorry. Okay, this is the list of all of the lecturers, both international class and the regular class. Actually, that's why you can see so many, so many. Because now also we have a regular class in Bahasa Indonesia. I think it's quite many classes, yeah. So this is all of the the lecturers involved in this semester. Now, my name, this is me, number 20. Yeah, you can see number 20. This is me. And then in this, also beside me, you will also facilitate by another lecturer, I mean, number 23, Pak Satyawan Sunito will also be teach you later on. And then Pak Juara Lubis, number 5. Also, we actually, 4 of us will be taking care of this class. So in addition to, where is it? Okay, in addition to myself and then Dr. Satyawan Sunito as well as Juara Lubis, and also the other one is number 22. Number 22, oh no, it's not 22. I mean, okay, number 14, Sohibudin, yeah, I'm Sohibudin. So 4 of us, myself, and then Satyawan Sunito, and then Sohibudin, and also Juara Lubis. So 4 of us will be taking care of the international class. So as you can see here, our code, yeah. This, as you mentioned already, the 3 classes, international classes, is merged, become 1. And then, so there are 4 of us, myself with the initial R-A-K. And then Juara Lubis, and then Satyawan Sunito, and Sohibudin. So this is the lecturer that you will meet in this class. Now the marking system, I think this you already know in the first semester. I think this is exactly the same. Yeah, the marking system is exactly the same. You will get an A if your mark is 80 or more, and then AB with the rank between 75 until 79.9, and so on and so forth. So I think it is not new for you. I guess you all know about this marking system, okay? Activity, participation in every learning activity. Oh, okay, this is the assessment, yeah, course assessment, the assessment system. Participation in every learning activity will be counted, yeah, and then midterm exam, and then final exam, and then we have several quiz 4 times during this semester, and then result of both a group and individual assignment. We're gonna have several assignment both in groups as well as in personal. And then this is the composition of the marking system. Midterm exam will be 30% from the total mark, yeah, and then final exam will be 30% as well, and then quiz 10%, and then structured assignment 15%. Your active participation in the class will be counted for 5%, and then your attendance participation counted for 10%. So you can more or less calculate, yeah, from this in determining the final mark that you're gonna get, yeah. So it is very important, your activity, your active participation in every lecture, and also in every discussion and assignments and so on, because that all will contribute to your final marks. Okay. Now this is as I mentioned, you're gonna get several quiz as well as a structured assignment. So today, but actually after this, I think I'll explain more detail. But this is in general, okay? Today, we have first meeting. We discuss about course contract now in this the first row of this table. Of course, there is no assignment. And then next week, I'll explain the understanding society from sociological perspective, and then followed by social interaction building. So you will have quiz for a subject week for in the second week, and then the third week. Then you have this quiz, yeah, from, we call it PB, yeah. In bahasa Indonesia it's pokok bahasan, it's a main topic basically, yeah. So this topic, first topic, and then the second topic, and then you have this quiz, topic first and then topic second. And then the portrait topic third, portrait of society seen through the lens of social structure. Then you get structured assignment. Will actually all of this will be given in the you can access this through a course, yeah, IPB course, yeah. The structured assignment is given there. I think you can see this later on. I don't want to well, okay, through structured assignment, and then twice a quiz, and then but the material is from PB4 and 6, and then PB1 and 2, and then you have two structured assignment, that is PB03 and PB5. Yeah, you have that twice before the midterm exam. And then also the same pattern for the next half of this semester. You have structured assignment for PB7, and then also you have after that you gonna get quiz, yeah, for PB8 and PB9. And then again, a structured assignment for PB11. And then you will have also a final quiz from PB10 and 12. And then finally, you're gonna have a final exam in June, yeah, in June. So that's basically the schedule regarding the quiz and structured assignment. Is there any comment or question so far, or so far so good? Or how are you all guys? So you okay? So yeah, do you have any question, Lin? No?
No, Pak. So far so good.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, this is actually simple, just explaining what we will go through for this course. Okay, let me go deeper for the topics for every weeks. So next week, we will discuss the topics is understanding society from sociological perspective. That will be the topic. It consists of 3 subtopic. Basically, recent social phenomena from interaction to social change, and then sociological concept in understanding society, and then research and application of sociology. And then the next week, the topic will be social interaction, building cooperation, and functioning of social conflict. It consists of 4 sub topics. We start with social phenomena, social conflict and cooperation, then definition and term of social interaction, form of social interaction, and then challenges and threats related to social interaction. And then the week after, we're gonna discuss about portrait of society seen through the lens of social structure. This is consists of also 3 subtopics, namely contemporary social phenomenon, social structures as a means to portray society, and then the influence of social structures on our life reflection. That will be the 4th week. Next, before we discuss diversity and existence of Indonesian culture, consists of 3 subtopics: the reality and dynamics of cultural diversity, and then the definition and its elements, and then cultural diversity, threats, and effort to maintain its existence. And then PB5, social institutional dynamics, consists of social institutional dynamics, social institutional analysis and concepts, and then institutional development in contemporary society, approaches and instruments. And then this is the final topics before we come to the midterm. I think we discuss about group dynamics and changing society. We will discuss about group development in a changing society, primary groups, and virtual groups. Yeah, because I think nowadays virtual group is become more and more important and famous as well among the contemporary society. Yeah, virtual groups. You have WA or WA, we call it WA groups, and maybe another group, yeah, virtual groups. And definition of group, concept, formation, and types, group structures, and social network will be dealt in this PB6, and also developing group, linear, and network. And then after that, I think you have midterm exam. And then after midterm exam, we start with PB7, bureaucracy and corruption prevention. We will discuss about the reality of organizational and bureaucratic deviation, corruption, collusion, and nepotism. And then corruption, a dangerous form of organizing, a sociological perspective, I think, in viewing corruption, dangers and threats to good governance. And then the third, alternative bureaucracy against corruption and anti-corruption social movement. And then PB08 will discuss about the dynamics of stratification and social mobility in Indonesia in the digital age, which will be consist of various symptoms of current social stratification, theoretical stratification, and then theoretical perspectives. You're gonna discuss about social stratification from time to time, and then the concept of stratification and social mobility, and then several research result on the impact of social change and social stratification. And PB0809, I mean, we will discuss about power and authority, which consists of phenomenon of power in regional village government, and then definition and type of the layering of power and authority, and then typology of practices of power and authority, problems and solution. Okay, and then PB10, we're gonna discuss about communication, building a social relationship, communication dynamics, reality and impact of digital communication, and then definition, type of communication, communication and culture, then computer mediated communication practices, problem and solution. PB11, we're gonna talk about ecological crisis and ecological modernization, which consists of adaptation to ecological crisis. We know that nowadays we face actually huge problem in terms of ecological crisis, yeah, including just happened in Kalimantan, for example, a flood, yeah, in South Kalimantan, and also I think it's in East Kalimantan. It's quite for quite some times, like 1 week or more, and it's destroy actually many livelihoods. And then resilience in facing ecological crisis, and then ecological modernization initiative and practices of ecological adaptation, resilience and modernization. PB12 will deal with gender equality and social interaction. I think it's a gender equity, yeah. Okay, anyway, gender equality and social inclusion. So we'll discuss reality, social and gender differentiation, and then the definition of gender, the formation of gender identities and roles, and then injustice due to gender differentiation, then equality versus equity. Then social inclusion as an equality strategy. Sorry, this is. Okay, PB, the last one for the last week. The topic is social changes in the context of globalization. I think it's already changed. In the context of globalization, the reality of society and its changes, and then the social change perspective, process and interaction, then plan change strategy in the context of globalization. So that's all of the topics, and week by week, yeah, that we're gonna go through for this semester. Now this is about the process of hang on. The process of learning system. I think I don't need to explain this actually, because this is just to explain that we now implemented what is called a student-centered learning. Actually, in this approach, student-centered learning, it is supposed that the role of the students, as here you can see this picture, is much bigger than the role of the lecturer, right? So these students play more important role in the process of learning and teaching. And then there is another element that is source of learning. So you can get information and you can learn from many other sources. Lecturer is just one small part, of this learning teaching process. So actually, by student-centered learning approach, it means that you, the one who more active and play more role in determining the success of the learning and teaching. So it is not depend on the lecturer actually, but it's more depend on you as an active student in the process of this teaching and learning. Okay, so this one I don't need to. I think it's not. It's about knowledge and the way to learn and so on, from the previous paradigm to the new paradigm, which basically, as I already mentioned. So basically, it's a shift from the paradigm with a dominant factor of the lecturer, but with this new paradigm, the student-centered learning put more more responsible on the student themselves to be active, to get to learn from many other sources. So that's basically this slide talking about. And this one actually also explain about that, the position of the student as well as the lecturer. Like for example here, in this student-centered learning. So basically the lecturer is become a facilitator and motivator. It's not someone who is giving you everything that you have to memorize and also to understand, but instead we just, we have become provocateur actually. We just to facilitate you to learn independently. And then other important elements is actually as I mentioned before, actually the source of the material, or source of the knowledge, source of the basically of the knowledge. There are many sources, you can get it from internet and so on and so forth. And then so you are the one who more active. Then we interact by discussion, reflection, and so on. So this is just explaining again the way the lecture will be conducted in this new paradigm or new approach to the learning process. Okay, so this is, as I mentioned before, you're gonna have two structure assignment before the midterm, and then another two assignment, structure assignment after the midterm. So what is structure assignment? Structure assignments are groups. It is group works. Yeah, you're gonna do it together in the groups. I think you have already divided into groups. Yeah. And then, as I already mentioned, actually, you're gonna have 2 times in the before the midterm, and then another 2 times before you have a final exam. Their aims are to practice the understanding of exam technicalities via course and lecture materials, and to evaluate student abilities, actually to your ability to understand the material that is given, that are given in the course that available. The materials are designed to meet the students of the HOTS, meaning higher level of thinking, yeah, and skills, learning level, to meet the competency elements of the demand of skills in the 21st century learning, namely, I'm sorry, I think I have to, sorry, I have to drink water. The aim of the learning in the 21st century, it is said that one is critical thinking. It is very important to develop critical thinking. Critical thinking in understanding social facts, so as to come up with critical ideas in performing the selected action, because every action actually has its consequences socially, you know. Admitted or not admitted, actually it has some implication to social. And then creative, looking for literature references from various sources, answering problems with alternative problem solving. So by creatives, meaning it's you are not thinking just, you know, straight one way, very rigid, but instead you can develop your imagination, you know, to be creative in understanding and trying to find out the solution of problems. And then collaborative, meaning cooperation, cooperating in solving the problems of social phenomena and facts, demonstrating the ability to solve problems together or collectively. Because in many cases, you know, to solve a problem, it is impossible. We just solve it solely by our own ability. So we need collaborative. This skill of collaborative is become more and more important nowadays, I think. You know, my wife used to tell me that one of the weaknesses of some students when they go to apply to work in a firm, for example, in a business entity, many of them actually very highly capable in doing something, but they are poor in working together. While actually in many cases, you need to work together to solve your responsibility or your duty. So that's one weakness. And my wife said when she has like 2 candidates to apply for a job, you know, they more or less the same capability individually, then the one that has a capability to work collaboratively or cooperatively with others, then he or she, the one, tend to be selected in that job. So it is very important to develop your ability to work collaboratively. And communicative, also very important, of course, the ability to communicate ideas both in written and also in a discussion, you know. So this will be an opportunity for you. That's why later on you will have several discussion in the class. Ability to communicate your ideas, to get your idea through to others is important. As I mentioned, we in many cases we cannot solve the problem by our own. Structured assignment are used as an assessment of the extent to which students understand the concept or theory or skill or psychomotoric in analyzing social problems in society and behave responsibly and have a leadership. So this is a part of the goals of this assignment. Okay, any comment or question so far? I think I talk too much, maybe. Maybe it's time for you to talk. You have any comment or question? Not yet? Well, it's okay. Okay, I think this is just a more detailed explanation of the structured assignment. Structured assignments are carried out according to a set of schedule. Okay, I already told you the schedule, and then collected in the form of group works. Okay, that's already explained. The materials assigned is according to the subject when the structured assignment. Okay, like when we for example, PB 3 for PB3, yes, I think PB3, yeah. This looking at the society through the lens of social structure, for example, then the assignment would be about the topic, okay? So this assignment is in accordance with the topic that will be discussed in that week, yeah. Format of the assignment, answering 3 structured questions that have been prepared on IPB course. So you can see, you can access, you can see the assignment, structured assignment by accessing through the IPB course. Then you just work it out together with your friend. Answers are written in PowerPoint slides, maximum of 5 slides. So you don't need to make a report, long report. You just make a point. Yeah, PowerPoint is not sentence power. Yeah, it's a PowerPoint, not power sentence. So you just make a points, and then in the class you can present it, and then we discuss it. So maximum 5 slides. Answers are collected a maximum H-1 day. Through IPB course. So before the meaning, if we have a lecture today, for example, then yesterday your work should be already submitted to the IPB course. During the lecture schedule, according to a structured assignment schedule. Okay, let me see. Okay. At the last 20 minutes, 2 groups will be asked to present their answer, the PowerPoint, and 2 other groups will become discussions, meaning that you will discuss what your friend presented. Yeah. So every week, I mean, on those structured assignment weeks, then two groups will be present their PowerPoint, and then another 2 group will give response, yeah, discuss the presentation. Structured assignment answer group core with a score ranks of 0 to 70. Okay. The activity of the panelists and discussion is a group value, a group mark, yeah, with an activity score rank of 0 to 30. Meaning if you are the highest mark that you get will be 30 from the discussion, the panelists and the discussion, and then the panelists will get from 0 to 70. But I think I'll discuss this further. Yeah, there is something that come up to my mind about this later on. I think we will let you know if we have a different way to mark this. Okay. Okay, and the quiz. You have a quiz, as I mentioned already. Also, you have 2 times before the midterm, and then another 2 times after the midterms. Let me see the explanation. What happened? Okay. Quiz are held with course facilities. Okay, with a design that allows students to use strategies to think quickly and precisely. This encourages students to prepare themselves by learning more systematically and working independently and honestly. So quizzes are held regularly, twice, yeah, before the midterm and after the midterm another two times. To practice the understanding of exam technicalities. So because another goals of this quiz is to familiarize you with the types of question and so on in the when you get the midterm and final exam. The materials are designed to meet the demand of the, as I mentioned before, the HOTS learning level, to meet the competency element of the demand of a skill. Okay, that's exactly the same. I think I don't need to explain more. Okay, I think this is all explanation more about that. So, and you know how to access this. This is the reference you can see later on. I don't need to read it for you. You can read it by yourself. And I don't think this is also all of the rules in this class, of course, applied the same as the rules in the other class, as you're already familiar. I think all of this, like violation and sanction and so on and so forth. So I think that's basically what I want to show you.